you. They feel us immediately, and we feel them. We feel their thoughts come up, and we're like, we feel it in our hand, and then we do something with that. What do? We bump them. A bump, go ahead and stop for a second. What? Yeah, I will. Yep. A bump is a cordial, meaningful communication on the leash. Meaningful, not mean. So if I wanted to turn to the right, I'm going to bump 6 to come with me. Notice my hand isn't doing a whole lot. There's no wind up. There's not even a ton of movement in my elbow. It's just really clean, really crisp, punctual, cordial, and it is meaningful. And what I mean by that is it's not so soft. Like, let's say I want him to move away from me. I'm bumping him right now, but I'm not affecting any change in his physiology. It has to mean something, okay? If you are doing this, like, John, I'm bumping my dog and they're not doing anything. Well, if you're bumping them and you're not doing anything, you need to increase a little bit. Again, don't be mean, be meaningful. But that's a bump. So if your dog's looking off, bump. Oh, what's that over there? Bump. What's that over there? Bump. Anytime they hit any of the sides of the box, they pull on you forward, bump them back. They're pulling on you backwards because they're lazy, bump them forward. They go off to the side, they go down to the ground, bump, 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 bump. You're trying to create this zone where inside the box it's quiet and it feels really good. But if they try to go outside, if a thought or feeling leads them outside of the box, you just bump them back into the box. And they have another thought, and you just bump them back into the box. I meditate. I've meditated since I was 10 years old. And the meditation that I practice is really, it helps you learn to kind of accept thoughts and feelings and let them flow through you. So when they come up, you just think the mantra and you come back to nothingness. And then you get distracted. You're like, whoa, I'm caught up in this. And you think a mantra and you come back to bliss and quiet. And it's the same thing that we're trying to do here. It's like, you have a thought, just stay with me. Come back to yourself. Come back to us here. You have a feeling that's really strong, it's okay, just come back to me. That should be the feeling inside. I got you, or come back to me. Stay with me. But remember, it's got to be meaningful. But if they hit at a 2, if their thought feels like a 2, you don't use a 5 to get them back to you. You use a 2.001. And then a 2.0002. Does that make sense? You start really subtle and then you get that change. Because if you go over the top of them, you're just starting to handle dogs like everyone else does. So, all right, let's go ahead and